was rushed to the hospital unconscious, and the doctors called my parents. They coldly replied, "We can't, our other daughter is walking her dog." Imagine waking up in a hospital bed, your body failing. Doctors whispering that you might not survive the night. And when they finally reach your parents, their chilling response is, "We can't possibly come. Victoria needs us to pick her up after she walks her dog." That was the devastating moment I finally saw the truth. I was invisible to my own family, and it nearly cost me everything. My name is Sophia, and for 26 years I lived in a gilded cage. From the outside, our house in suburban Pennsylvania looked picture perfect, complete with a white picket fence. My parents, Harold and Diana, had 2 daughters. I was the oldest, and then there was Victoria, 3 years my junior. But from the moment Victoria arrived, there was a stark, undeniable difference in how we were treated. I remember being 7 years old, practically vibrating with pride, rushing home with a blue ribbon for winning the school science fair. My parents gave me a quick, distracted pat on the head before turning their full attention back to Victoria, who was wobbling around on her bike, finally ditching her training wheels. I told myself it made sense. A bike was a bigger milestone, right? By 12, I was an expert at making excuses for them. When I brought home straight A's on my report card, my mom would nod approvingly, but her ecstatic praise was reserved for Victoria, who'd somehow managed a B- in art. When I qualified for the state swimming championships, my dad said he was proud, but couldn't possibly attend because Victoria had a minor cold and needed him at home. I was independent, I could handle it. Victoria was younger, she needed more attention. I convinced myself these were reasonable explanations, that my achievements just vanished, while Victoria's smallest accomplishments were celebrated like national holidays. Things got even more complicated with my health. At 16, I was diagnosed with a severe autoimmune disorder, demanding daily medication and constant vigilance. Stress, certain foods, and especially animal dander could send me into a flare-up. But even this serious diagnosis seemed to be just an inconvenience to my parents. My mom would sigh heavily about rearranging her schedule for my doctor's appointments. My dad would complain about the medical bills on the drive to the emergency room. Victoria, on the other hand, was the picture of health. Energetic, outgoing, a high school soccer star. My parents never missed a single game. They'd be there with giant homemade signs screaming her name while I sat beside them, often dizzy or nauseous from a flare-up, but determined to support my sister, even when my own parents couldn't be bothered to support me. As we got older, the favoritism didn't just persist, it escalated. When college applications came around, they told me they could only afford to help one of us financially, and since Victoria wasn't academically inclined, she needed it more. So, I worked 3 jobs, clawing my way through college, maintaining excellent grades. Victoria? She dropped out after 1 semester, declared it too stressful, and my parents comforted her by buying her a brand new car. Despite all of it, I clung to hope that someday my parents would truly see me. I chased their approval, their attention, their love. I graduated with honors, landed a great job, and made sure to visit home regularly. I brought thoughtful gifts, remembered their favorite things, tried to be the perfect daughter. Full story on the channel. Link below. Click now and watch what happened next.